Hello and welcome back to the France 24 newsroom. It's time now for a look at today's French newspapers with our press reviewer, Olivia Salazar-Winspear. She joins me now. And Olivia, taking a look at the French papers, their top story actually seems to be across the channel today in the UK.
Yes, unsurprisingly today is Olympic fever. The Olympics are hogging all of the headlines here in France. We've got the front page of Libération, which is a beautiful image of a diver, and the headline Go Géo. We've got Le Figaro highlighting the pomp and ceremony of the British celebrations. They've got pictures of the Queen's Guards on the cover. You can see them quite small there under the Olympic rings. And La Croix have chosen to go with the flame, saying that, you know, the flame has now landed in London, which means it's the real beginning of the Games. Now, Le Parisien, of course, being the local paper, takes a more local look at the Games. They're highlighting the French athletes who are hoping to go for the big medals this year. And despite all the media focus on other, maybe nastier aspects of the Olympics, they're really concentrating on the whole idea of physical achievement, pushing limits, breaking records. And they've got this long article on the second page saying, can we still break records? Are we getting close to human capacity, as it were, to break records and go faster, you know, be stronger? And they do a comparison between the Olympic Games in 1948, which were also in London, and this year around, what people are expecting in terms of the times and the achievements. And the scientists who they've interviewed are saying basically we're very close to saturation point, and that the advances that we've made over the centuries, well, centuries since the Olympics started, but certainly over the last few decades, are getting close. The gap's getting smaller and smaller, and these gaps of a couple of seconds. For example, they give Usain Bolt as an example. He's got 9.58 seconds for the 100 metres. They're saying he can't do much better than that physically. It's impossible. It's impossible, you know. But they do concede that technology in lots of the events helps a lot. You can see really big improvements in things like javelin, discus, where the materials have got lighter or they've been improved. And the new velodrome in London, which they say is now the fastest surface to cycle on in the world. Right? And you'd hope it would be for 93 million pounds.
That's still rather a lot, isn't it?
It's an expensive cycling track.
So we should see some records perhaps beaten there.
Well, I hope so, yeah. And Le Monde, sticking with the Olympics as well, they've given us their take on the Olympic Park, the site. They've had a walk through and they say the headline is, visiting the Olympic Park doesn't have to wear down the leather on your shoes, which is a little suggestion that it's a bit big and they're a bit tired of walking around it. Now, their first criticism is that the whole experience is very commercial, something like a theme park or basically a shopping centre, because to enter the site you actually have to go through a shopping centre, the Westfield Shopping Centre, with its thousands of metres squared of retail space and restaurants, just like any shopping mall in the world, really. It's a little bit anonymous. But with reference to this title again, when they say that everything's really far, one thing that they point out, which is quite funny, that all the stewards who they run into when they're lost say, oh, don't worry, it's 10 or 15 minutes away, the swimming pool is 10 or 15 minutes away, the velodrome's 10 or 15 minutes away. And when giving directions, they always manage to get in a little product placement. They say, it's after the Visa sign, or it's after the McDonald's or the Coca-Cola.
Cunning stuff. So, and that criticism has come up in the British press as well, that it is very commercialised, and the French papers clearly echoing that.
Yeah, well, Libération, it's no surprise, of course, the left-leaning Libération is outraged at, here this article's called The Other Side of the Medal. Libération have really criticised the thing for being too controlled by sponsors. There's the example that if you enter the site with a T-shirt with a logo of another competitor, let's think of perhaps Coca-Cola are sponsoring the Games, there are other fizzy drinks, you may have a T-shirt with one of their logos on, you could be refused entry. So they're scandalised by this. And they touch also on the cost of the Olympics, how expensive it's going to be for Britain. 9 billion pounds, actually not euros. David Cameron, of course, thinks that's not a problem, that they'll generate 13 billion in revenue.
Okay, well, thanks very much indeed, Olivia, for that look at the French take on the Olympics. And that's it from us for now, but do stay with us here on France 24.